This is Nate Irwin doing his persuasive speech. Here's my audience members: Nick,
Lebron.
Nate,
LeBron's the best, number 6.
and Chris.
LB.
Michael's a scrub.
As you can see from my audience members, my persuasive speech isn't over a more unorthodox speech. It's not over abortion or gun control. It's over another big controversy that's hitting a different part of the nation. The sports nation. The argument between LeBron and Michael Jordan. People nowadays are starting to compare LeBron and Michael Jordan as players. They're saying that LeBron plays in a tougher league against better players, making him the better player regardless of some of his statistics. I'm here to argue that not only are the statistics comparable and leaning towards Jordan's side, but the teams and the decades that each of them played were with Michael Jordan was harder, if not the same, as LeBron James. My first point is versatility. In a recent article brought up by Sports Illustrated, 5 analysts looked at LeBron James playing all 5 positions on the court, ranging from a point guard, a shooting guard, a small forward, his own position, a power forward, and a center. In the article, they discussed that Michael Jordan's unique ability to be that versatile in a game has been matched by no other player in history. But as you can see from statistics, ranging from both Michael Jordan and LeBron, Michael Jordan is only beat by LeBron in rebounds by 2, assists by 1, and in three-point percentage. Everything else Michael Jordan had beat LeBron in. And seeing that how small the range is by LeBron and Michael Jordan, it doesn't make much of a difference between each of them. These statistics are made over a 10-year range. Why was it 10 years? Well, at the age of 28 for both years, Michael Jordan only played in the NBA for 7, while now LeBron's in his 10th year. You can't compare ages with both of them, seeing that LeBron so far has been playing more years than Michael Jordan at that age. Michael Jordan took 3 years to play in college basketball, where he had an NCAA championship, along with a championship he made later in the NBA. If you want to compare the two with just NBA, at the age of 28, Michael Jordan only had 1 NBA championship. LeBron had 2. But people will argue that an NCAA championship is harder to earn than an NBA final championship. The league back in Michael's age is very easily to argue that is more difficult because back then the three-point rule is still not made, so people can stay down low for a lot longer time periods than LeBron's age, and hand checks were still not called as fouls. Hand checks makes it down low way more physical. Along with no three-point rule, the hand checks become more frequently. In LeBron's age, both these rules are applied. Fouls are called way more down low on centers and big men, where LeBron may be playing. Michael Jordan was able to get almost as many rebounds down low as LeBron with these rules still intact. The championships that you can discuss between the NCAA and the 2010 years, Michael Jordan never went to a Game 7. He always had Game 6s, while LeBron, the 2 championships he has won, has always gone to a Game 7. Michael Jordan's most famous playoff, which is still considered the best playoff season, the best playoffs in history, were the Bulls versus the Suns, which went to a Game 6. Michael Jordan versus Charles Barkley. Only a Game 6, while he was able to score a higher point average than LeBron James. The commitment to 2 teams are also very different. You can argue that Michael Jordan stuck with the same team and won 6 championships with the Chicago Bulls, winning 1 three-peat before his 2-year retirement, coming back and winning another three-peat. LeBron James, on the other hand, stuck with his original team, the Cavs, and won no championships. Yes, you can argue he was only alone, but then he returns to the Heat with even more All-Stars than Michael Jordan and was able to lose his first playoff round. His 3 All-Stars include Ray Allen, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade, while Michael Jordan's All-Stars were only Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen. The commitment can also be argued that an ESPN analyst once said that LeBron James is a better player because he is more committed to the sport of basketball, creating him to be a better player. When he's off the court, all he does is focus on basketball and practice. He says Michael Jordan is not as a good player because he goes off the court and plays 2 other sports. Part of his 2-year retirement playing baseball. He plays baseball and golf. That is easily able to argue that LeBron James is more committed to the game of basketball and that Michael Jordan is just a pure athlete. But could you imagine what Michael Jordan would be like if all he focused on was the sport of basketball? The consistency between both players is also another object I want to bring up. Michael Jordan, 2 years after his retirement, 2 years for his retirement, he comes back a few days later. According to Bill Simmons, he was able to score over 50 points in a game. LeBron James is notably in the playoffs. His production dropped historically compared to his regular season games. Michael Jordan's never happened like that. Also, when Michael Jordan was traded again when he was 40 years old to the Wizards, a week after he turned 40, he was able to score 40 points in one game. LeBron James you cannot compare to Michael Jordan at this point because he's not at the age of 40 yet. Which also brings up my conclusion. You cannot compare the two yet because LeBron James and Michael Jordan was in his prime. We've seen his entire career. LeBron James' career is only just beginning. At some point, he could become better than Michael Jordan. But as of now, according to statistics and historical facts, Michael Jordan is a more dominant player. We'll never be able to see these two play one-on-one, unless you want to see a 50-year-old man play a 28-year-old man. But in conclusion, you can see that Michael Jordan is still considered the greatest player that ever played, and LeBron James is only considered one of the best players that ever played. Here's my audience members: Nick,
LeBron
Nate,
sucks. Michael
M
Jordan.
J
Always.
M J
and Chris.
J M